Everyone take your seats. This is the time to hear. We've been craving for a new Nigeria. Senator Amosun has volunteered himself. Please, let's give honor to him its due. Let's listen to him with all the attention we can muster.
Thank you.
All those who are serving refreshments, please, let's cease for now. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
The representative of the First Lady of Nigeria, Ajia Aisha Buhari, the Senate Leader, Senator Abdullahi, my brother that have just left us, that's the Governor of Ekiti State, Governor Kayode Fayemi, all my brothers and sisters that are here, both from the Senate and from the House of Representatives. Several of our fathers, our mothers that are here, all the way from home in Abeokuta, in Ogun State, in the entire Southwest, and particularly all the various campaign groups, organizations, for this, our quest to serve Nigeria, all of them across Nigeria. I salute you all, I greet you all. I know several of our well-wishers are here. Our pressmen and all of those that I met outside when I was coming. One said, I just must come because you are a good man. Thank you for saying I'm a good man. I will continue to do that. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, but I will not start this without acknowledging that my wife is here and my family members are here as well. Thank you for always supporting my cause. Dear compatriots, as Nigeria moves towards making a choice regarding the men and women who will lead the country in its constituent parts in 2023, I am convinced that the sacred task that faces us as a people is not only to consolidate democratic rule through these elections, but also to rise to the challenge of the moment in order to strengthen the bonds of our national togetherness. In electing President Muhammadu Buhari and the All Progressive Congress in 2015, the country took a decisive step in consolidating democratic rule. For the first time in Nigerian history, Nigeria changed the party in power at the center. Since the beginning of the Fourth Republic, I have played different critical roles, both within the party structure and in public office. I have been in an advantage position in our collective and individual efforts to widen the opportunities of democratic rule and build the structures that will ensure the greatest good for the greatest number of people. I've had the privilege of serving as a Senator of the Federal Republic between 2003 and 2007, and as a two-time Governor of Ogun State between 2011. The good people of Ogun Central Senatorial District returned me to the Senate of the Federal Republic in 2019, where I currently serve. My wide-ranging experiences in both the private and public life, in political parties and political alliances, in two of the three branches of government, that is the legislative and the executive arm of government, and at every level of government in Nigeria, have imbued me with the requisite insights, a political vision, a deep understanding of the nature and strength of Nigeria's diversity, economic management capacity, and an extensive network of relationships adequate to provide a leadership that will galvanize our dear country to achieve our manifest destiny as the leading nation, not only in Africa, but in the Black world. Today, I'm formally announcing my candidacy for the presidential ticket of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, and the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I do so conscious of the immensity of the task that lies ahead in our country and the magnitude of the sacrifices that anybody who wishes to lead our country into the next phase must make. This is to honor a historic call and duty to lead the next phase of our collective journey to national glory. It is a duty to re-energize our faith in the future of this country, even in the face of the threats to our national sovereignty by insurgents and terrorists. A duty to renew hope in our collective destiny, even in the light of some doubts expressed and mobilized in some quarters about our shared fate. The tests we face today as a people are not weightier. They are neither more perilous or more enormous than those we have faced in the past. In the past, we triumphed over threats to our national togetherness, menaces to our collective rights. We chose our own government and representatives, and the manifold perils of the process of nation building. I am therefore confident in the future of this country and the great possibilities that lie ahead for us as a free people. As Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe said in his inaugural address to the nation on 16 November 1960, I am convinced about our capacity to march together to a greater tomorrow for Nigeria in unity and faith. In the last 7 years, I have stood alongside others with President Muhammadu Buhari as he led the country in facing some of the gravest challenges of our country. In the last few weeks, the government has redoubled its efforts and remobilized the leadership of our security forces in confronting the security challenges to this nation. Under my leadership, I will consolidate on the ongoing processes by broadening and deepening, and where necessary, rebuilding the all-encompassing, coherent and comprehensive security structure to confront the different facets of our national security concerns and achieve the different fundamental purposes of national security. In order to achieve what Sir Ahmadu Bello, in his speech of self-government on 15 March 1957, described as the furtherance of the prosperity and happiness of the people of this land. To do this, I will prioritize human security as the fundamental principle and ultimate goal of the national security. Putting human security at the forefront and approaching human security as the directive principle of state policy will imply that the two dominant goals of my leadership will be national security and economic development. I've spent the past few months talking to professionals on the security challenges in Nigeria and how they could better be managed. The country's security challenges have several aspects. There are external and internal dimensions. Externally, a significant part of our national security challenges are the consequences of the war, conflicts and terrorism in the Middle East, in North Africa, and the Sahel region. The proliferation of armed groups and small arms across the Sahel, West and Central Africa regions are causing grave damages to human life and democratic governance across the continent, particularly in Nigeria. Hence, under my leadership, we will conduct a comprehensive audit of our security problems and the existing infrastructures corresponding to them, while promoting greater interagency collaboration and coordination among the security sector. We will forge a new model of complementarily in security management among the federal, state, and the local governments to ensure better protection of life and property of our people. We will work with the regional, continental, and global organizations toward addressing these problems and closing the gaps by refraining from the country's security architecture. By linking security and economic development, the country will be able to confront the underlying causes of the multiple threats to our national security. Our goal, therefore, will be to build a growing, globally competitive and inclusive economy for all Nigerians. We will provide a conducive environment for freedom from fear or want, and thereby release the abundant energies of our people to invest themselves in various enterprises that will galvanize our national efforts to transform our economy in this global era. The point at which one administration departs, including this administration ably led by President Muhammadu Buhari, will provide a platform from which a new one will build. A few of the achievements in the last 8 years include the significant expansion of our national economic infrastructure, championing inclusion by providing a framework, the National Social Register, for supporting the most vulnerable among our population, the emphasis on agriculture, which has seen the sector modernize and grow consistently, as evidenced by the increase in domestic rice production and the resourcification of the agricultural input sector, especially fertilizer blending. Our efforts will be focused on a series of urgent tasks, including transitioning to a post-oil economy, building a modern, sustainable, and rapidly rising agro-industrial economy, becoming a globally competitive economy by taking advantage of the global development of technology and building a culture of innovation, becoming a favored destination for investment in Africa, and leading the evolution of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, AFTA. Over the next 4 years, despite the uncertainties in the global environment, the priorities of our administration, led by me, will include to accelerate economic growth. Our economy needs to grow at 7 to 10% per annum to provide for our population. We will ensure price stability and peg the annual inflow below 10% to enable long-range planning for households and companies. We will become a favored destination for investment focusing on high-impact sector, reduce national indebtedness, freeing up capital into more productive sector of the economy. We will ensure a stable and collaborative policy environment, deepen business confidence and encourage increased investment in our economy. We will reduce poverty. By this, we must take full-faceted approach to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty within a decade. Our ultimate goal will be to reactivate, regenerate, and give a new boost to our economy and public finance. As Chief Obafemi Awolowo described this mission in his charge to the nation in 1979, Nigeria's greatest resource is our people. Provided with enabling environment and supported by the provision of necessary infrastructure, Nigeria, particularly our youth, have shown both at home and abroad to have the capacity to transform our country into a globally competitive economy. Therefore, the twin pillars of the agenda that I will elaborate in the weeks ahead are national security and economic development. Upon these two pillars, we will create a national architecture for human flourishing that is unprecedented in our national history. Based on these two pillars as the foundation, we will erect a national agenda which, apart from national security and economic development, will include healthcare, education, agriculture and food security, infrastructure, rural and urban development, technology, innovation and digital economy, and nation building. Guided by the unprecedented investment in human security, the integration of the 8 areas of this carefully planned agenda for national reawakening will, within 4 years, unleash unparalleled human resource that will make Nigerians proud of their motherland. It bears repeating that Nigeria has required manpower, both at home and abroad, to accomplish this agenda. Under my leadership, we will mobilize Nigeria's immense human and natural resources to rebuild our education sector, healthcare, infrastructure, including electricity, roads, and water supply, and expand our technological capacity to meet the challenges of the 21st century. We will strengthen the foundation of our federal system in ways that will not only preserve and fortify federation, but also provide the pathways for fulfilling all of the country's egalitarian potentials now and in the future without alienating or hurting any of its constituent parts. We will stretch out a hand of fellowship to the international community, starting from ECOWAS and the African Union, and strengthen our existing international alliances while creating new strategic partnerships that will provide the scientific and technological support needed to rebuild, to greatly expand our infrastructure and transform our economy. I do acknowledge that our country faces doubting odds. These odds have led some people into grave doubts about the country. Others have even questioned our capacity for national recovery. In the last 2 decades and more, Nigerians have made great sacrifices, not only to preserve domestic democratic rule, but also to preserve the country, particularly in the face of the cruel challenges by insurgents and terrorists. But Nigeria has faced graver odds in the past and triumphed. I have an unyielding faith in the possibilities of Nigeria. Faced with threats of disintegration under military rule, Nigerian triumph and democratic rule was not only restored, but has survived and is thriving. Burning in my heart are the aspirations and hope of the people of this great country and a vision to lead the nation towards its manifest destiny as the greatest black nation on earth. Nigeria's potential greatness is not in our abundant natural resources. Our greatness is our human resources. Nigerians are the measure of the greatness of this country. The 2023 elections provide us with an opportunity to renew our faith in ourselves as a people, capable of transforming our land into what it truly should be, a land of plenty. I have no doubt that we will come together again to rebuild the country and confront our common challenges as a people. This is the moment to renew and re-energize our common hope and aspiration as a people. I offer myself as the one to harness the extraordinary capability and capacity of this generation of young Nigeria for national greatness, to be a vehicle for the project of national revival and revitalization that all Nigerians crave for, to be the administrative instrument that turn our national story from one about potentials to one about actualities, to be the president that takes all the various setbacks and victories, the despair and jubilation that compose the calendar of our national history, and turn them all into elements of our collective national glory. A rendezvous with history is in the horizon. The sacred task of marshalling all our energies to achieve our national destiny is at hand. Let us embrace this eagerness. Let us embrace this with eagerness and courage. Assured of the infinite grace of God, convinced about the actualization of the potential greatness of our country, and confident about my vision and capacity to lead this country, I, Senator Ibikunle Oyelaja Oluwatoyin Akanwo Durorike Mohammed Iklil, do ask you, my dear compatriots, particularly members of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, to support my bid for the presidential ticket of our great party APC, and ultimately the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank
you. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that was the declaration speech of His Excellency, Senator Ibikunle Amosun. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, let us give him a very big round of applause. Let us support Amosun. Let us give him a very big round of applause.
Senator Ibikunle Amosun, officially offering himself as the one to harness the extraordinary capacity of Nigerians for national development.
Colleagues and friends who are still seated, please come up.
Secure our future.